Welcome again to the discussion on cost of capital. In the previous lecture, we have calculated the cost of debenture by using the simplest formula where there was no complication, only there was interest per period and the issue price or market price of the bond was given. On that basis, we have developed a very simple formula which is Kg is equal to I by P0. That means periodical interest amount is divided by market price of the bond to get the cost of debt capital. Now, in the subsequent slide, we will add a little bit of complication. Complication means actually we will introduce some extra variables. So let us see what are those extra variables that we are considering here. Five symbols we have used or mentioned here. First one is CDO, which is cash inflow from total bond issued or loan taken. So this is the total money that company has received from one particular bond issued. F is the flotation cost. It is the expenses that company has to bear at the time of issuing the bond. That means although company has collected zero amount by issuing a particular bond, but effectively company has got in his hand C0 minus F amount. So this is the net cash inflow from the issue of the bond. Now the third symbol is CT, which is actually the substitution of the symbol I that we have used in the first formula. It is periodic cash inflows for year 1 to year N from the bond holding. So this is the amount that company has to pay to the bondholder periodically to keep them satisfied. Next point is T. T is the tax rate per rupee per period. This tax rate is now very crucial because as per income tax guideline, whenever we issue any bond, we are paying the interest and that interest is considered as a deductible amount at the time of calculating taxable income. So, whenever you are issuing the capital, debt capital or bond capital, immediately you are able to reduce your taxable income. So this is called tax shield benefit, which is available to us. It will automatically reduce the requirement of cost of debt capital for satisfying the debt holder. So it is a benefit for the company for issuing the bond, and this has made the cost of bond cheaper than any other sources. Now, cost last one is KG, which we have already mentioned that it is the cost of debt capital. Now, what we are doing here, just see on the left hand side. Previously, we have considered CGO, that means issue price of the bond. Now we are considering the net issue price that we are getting from the bond. So it will be C0 minus F. On the right hand side, we are multiplying 1 minus T with each year's cash flow, means the cash that we are paying as interest. It is outflow for the company and inflow for the bondholder. It is nothing but interest that we are paying. So C1 is the interest figure of the first year. With this, we have multiplied 1 minus T. Multiplication of 1 minus T means actually we have considered the tax benefit C1 into T and which we have deducted from interest amount C1. So that is why our net interest burden is now C1 into 1 minus T. Similarly, for second year it is C2 into 1 minus T and so on. Now we have calculated present value of all these net cash outflows required by the company, and then we have added it. This is the total present value of cash outflows for n period of time. This should be equal with the net cash inflow C0 minus F. However, we have already mentioned that for developing a generalized formula, we will assume that life of the project is infinity. That means instead of n, it will be infinity, and then the series will be converted to an infinity series. Further, the interest rate on bond in each year remains constant, so we don't have to take C1, C2, C3, C4, etc. Rather, we will consider C in each year. So substitute C1, C2 to Cn is equal to C. Then automatically the series becomes C0 minus F is equal to C into 1 minus T by 1 minus Kg plus C into 1 minus T whole square by 1 plus Kg square. It will continue up to infinity. Again note, the right hand side is nothing but an infinite dp series. So, summation of the infinite dp series should be equal with C0 minus F. Now, what is the first term of the infinity series? First term of the infinity series A is C into 1 minus T divided by 1 minus Kd. And common ratio B is 1 minus T by 1 minus Kd. In fact, there is a mistake in the value that we have shown here. The instead of 1 minus T, it should be 1. Because in the numerator, in the previous note, always we have to multiply 1 minus T with C, because whatever money we are getting, paying interest, we will get a taxable benefit of C into T. So there will not be any power against 1 minus T. So accordingly, we have corrected this particular PPT presentation. And so automatically now see what is the formula now. The formula is C into first term is C into 1 minus T by 1 minus Kg, and common ratio is 1 by 1 minus Kg. So applying this, the formula of infinity C is A by B minus 1, it becomes C into 1 minus T by 1 minus Kg divided by, this is B, 1 by 1 minus Kg minus 1. So C into 1 minus T divided by 1 minus Kg into 1 minus Kg by 1 plus Kg minus 1. So right hand side becomes C into 1 minus T by Kg. So C0 minus F is equal to C into 1 minus T by Kg. Now rearranging it, we get Kg is equal to C into 1 minus T divided by C0 minus F. It is formula number 2. In this formula, we have considered tax shield benefit as well as flotation cost. So there is a little modification in the first formula, and it becomes a little complicated one. So that's all for this particular lecture. Again, we will consider the subsequent part in our third lecture that we will deliver after this. Thank you.